Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name's David, and this is a magic review. Hey, today we're back in my magic library, and we're going to look at Joined by Dario, Capuozzo, and Titanus Magic. This is basically a torn and restored of a single card. You've seen them before. You just take a single card, you tear it into force, and then one by one you just add the corners back until you have a complete card again. And there's been tons of variations on this effect. You've got Reparation by John Levick. You've got TNR by Matteo Beach. You've got Torn and Torn 2 by Daniel Garcia. And of course, the granddaddy of them all, Reformation by Guy Hollingworth. The plot for Joined, there's no magnets on this. There's no threads. There's no sticky stuff. The great thing about Dario Capuozzo's version is he's giving you a step-by-step instruction along with several different live performances, and he's included both a signed version and an unsigned version. They are a little different, but the method is kind of the same. In the box, what you're going to get is you're going to get the DVD. Pretty much that's it. Dario is Italian, so the video is done completely with footnotes, so there's no vocal track. And he gives you both an audience perspective and the magician's perspective, and just lots and lots of really good tips on how to pull this trick off. So a couple of questions that we always ask of all of our magic products. The first of which is, can you do it surrounded? Almost. It depends. If you do the unsigned version, I would say yes, you can do the surrounded, and let me tell you why. The menu on this was a little tricky, and I kind of went to the signed version first. And I should have watched the unsigned version first, because that's where he teaches you how to put the card back together. But in the unsigned version, I'm watching him put the card back together from his perspective. So I'm watching performance view, all right? And again, he's not telling you how to do it because he's assuming you watched it already. And I'm watching him do it in performance view, and it literally looks like magic from his side also. That's a great thing about this trick is, when you're doing it, it's going to look like magic from your side and theirs. So that in itself is great. So can you do it surrounded? You can, if you do the unsigned version, absolutely. Can it be inspected? I don't know what there is to inspect. You know, once you have the card restored, sure, you give it to them and they can inspect it. I mean, that would be all they could inspect. Is it well made? It's a DVD. It's just a DVD. You make everything else. So as far as the gaff or the utility is concerned, that's going to be on you to make, and so it'll be up to you to make it well made. How much practice does it require? It's going to require some practice. It's going to require some practice both in constructing the utility and also in doing the performance. So there's both sides of it are going to require some practice, absolutely. But not more than any other torn and restored trick, I would say. It's about the same level. How much setup and reset is there? Funny thing, in the ad copy of this, it says instant reset. Now, I don't know how you do instant reset with a torn and restored card, because technically, you tear a new card every single time. So sure, it's instant reset if you have another one ready to go. If you don't have another one ready to go, it's not instant reset. So there is a lot of setup to this effect. To make each of the gimmicks will require about 5 minutes or so to make it. But once you've got them, I would just say make a bunch of them, and then you'll have them ready to go. Positives. Wow. Best torn and restored I have ever seen. Not very many funny or hidden moves. You know, sometimes in TNRs, there's some, big obvious coverings, or some big jerky movements. With this, everything's right there in front of you. It's really delicate. It's beautiful. It's highly visual. And like I said, it looks like real magic from their perspective and yours. You can't get much more positive than that. This is officially my favorite torn and restored trick now. Negatives. Hey, with any magic trick, there's always going to be negatives. So these are just mine. They don't have to be yours necessarily. Negatives is the setup time is time consuming. There is some setup time, and it has to be exact. So you can't just fumble through it. I mean, this is precision making that you are doing, but it's not impossible, okay? If you get into a groove, I'm sure you could make several of these in an hour, so it would be worth it to you. Hey, who would like this? Who would like this? Card magicians, street magicians, people who collect torn and restored card tricks. everybody. Like I said, this is awesome. This is my favorite torn and restore trick, joined by Dario Capuozzo and Titanus Magic. And if you'd like to buy yours, you can find it at your favorite Murphy's Magic supplier. Thanks. Bye.